Hey guys, it's your girl Titi and welcome to my channel. I just want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel thus far, and today in this video I'll be talking about me moving from my country, coming to America, how everything happened. Even though it wasn't easy, I think it worked doing coming to America. It's a lot of opportunities. I'm from Antigua and I moved to America I think like 8 years ago. When I came to America, my dad filed for me for my green card and I moved here. It was very hard to move here, you know. I didn't have no one. I still don't have no one. I just trying to make friends or what's not. I just have my dad, you know, my sisters and brothers. Those are all that I have. And moving here, it's worth it. Then I was staying with my dad, and in a few months he put me out. Didn't know why he put me out. Didn't have nowhere to go, didn't have no one, didn't know anyone. But you know, I like to make friends, so I met a few people, and I met this lady that's from the same country that I am, and she put me up for some time. Then I went back home to Antigua because I was like, I'm in this strange place, I don't have anyone, I'm staying with this lady, you know, not saying that she was treating me bad or anything. I just say, hey, let me just go back home. I had to move back home, and I stayed back home for like a year or so, and then I came back to America. I was back and forth, coming back to America, going back to Antigua, back to America, coming back to Antigua. And I got a job over there. I was working in the government field, and then a few years ago when I came, I decided that I'm not gonna go back. But before all that, while I was there in Antigua, I was doing online schooling. So I was doing online schooling. I was studying to be a medical assistant, and I was doing online schooling. So I think that gave me a little perk to the fact that I'm doing online schooling, and then, you know, I'm still working back there. So while I'm doing schooling, I'm still have a job. And then I decided to move to America permanently. And then I was staying in New York with my best friend, her sister. We're like family, so I was staying in New York with her. I moved to Houston, and then I moved back to Houston when I decided to, hey, I'm gonna move back to America, I'm gonna live here. I said, okay, I'm gonna move back to Houston. I think Houston is a very good place. The weather reminds me of back home, even though sometimes it gets cold, but the weather reminds me of back home. And it's a lot of opportunities. It's a big state. It's a lot of opportunity, and it's just a lot of opportunity in America. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Because having no one here, knowing no one, it's not easy. After I decided moving here, I got my own apartment and everything. I was still doing school, graduated, and now I'm working, you know, in the medical field. At one point, I didn't even know that, you know, people from the islands, you know, just in general, like people could suffer from depression like this hard. Like I find myself suffering from depression. I find myself having anxiety and so forth. Like knowing that I don't have anyone here, knowing that, you know, I'm lonely here. It's people that I go out and meet. So I'm a loner. I stay, you know, by myself, you know, with my little sister. That's all I have. I find now my relationship with my dad is getting very stronger. I don't know why. I kind of forgive him for the whole situation of him putting me out. And after the fact, I spoke to him about it. He kind of explained to me and let me know, hey, I moved here. I didn't move here when I was young. I moved here when I was an adult, because I was already working back home in Antigua. I was already on my own, you know, I was living on my own when I moved here. So I moved here as an adult, so I was already accustomed to my own freedom, accustomed to being on my own, accustomed to go out when I want, accustomed to do whatever I want. It wasn't easy for me to come here to change just real quick, to adapt to that situation. So after speaking to him, you know, years passed, I forgive him, but I haven't forget. And if you want to live for God, you have to try to remember just to forgive people. Just like you want God to forgive you, you have to forgive people. And you know, a lot of person has done me wrong in my life, and I try to forgive them. So not straying away from the topic, you know, me and my dad started growing this good bond, and me living here in America, it's not easy, but it's worth it, and a lot of opportunity. Moving here, it was a good decision, and moving to Houston was a good choice for me. Then after, you know, me and my dad, we started growing that bond, and he started explaining to me, hey, this is not Antigua where you could just get up and you could go, you know, even though in Antigua and even though in America people get killed every day, you know, you don't get to hear everything every day. But in Antigua, it's so small that if someone get killed, you will hear that in less than no time. Hey, you know, this person got killed, or they shot her up at the gas station, you know. So my dad has always been that protective of me, knowing that I'm the oldest and knowing that I'm the first for him. He's always been that protective. But my struggle wasn't easy, and it still haven't been easy, but I'm learning to cope, and I'm learning to trust in God. Because if you don't trust in God, you know, if I didn't trust in God, I'm telling you, I would not be this far. I have a lot of days that I go to sleep and cry. I have a lot of days that I miss my family at home. I have a lot of days that, you know, I say, oh my God, I just feel like packing my stuff and going back home. But not saying that Antigua doesn't have anything to offer. I'm saying is you have a lot of opportunity here, and what going back to Antigua is there's no growth. So you've been here in America, it's a lot of opportunity, it's a lot of places you could grow, you know, it's a lot of stuff you could do. Like the other day I get up and quit my job because my job was giving me anxiety, my job was giving me a depression. Like I get up a day and I was like, I cannot go back to that place, I cannot go back to working there. It's like my anxiety, like every day when I get up to prepare myself to go to work, even though it's in the field that I studied for and in the field that I love, even though I was getting up each day to get ready to go to work, I used to cry before I go to work. I used to like, oh my God, I really don't want to go there. I have to find a different job. When I was gonna make the decision to leave, I was like, I really don't want to leave because of her, but I had to leave because my mental capacity, I could not be there anymore. But what I want to say to everyone that's watching this video, and I just want to say to you guys, follow your dream and don't give up on yourself, and continue just trusting God a little bit more. He will, sometimes God don't work the way we want him to work, and don't work as fast as we want him to work, but God is gonna work in his timing. And I want to let you guys know that it's not going to be easy if you decide to move to America. It's not going to be easy, but what I'm telling you is it's going to be a good decision. Just pray, trust in God, have good people and good friends around you. Stay focused, stay on your grind, and know what you're here for. Know what you want, and remember that you have friends and family back home. Remember that you have family back home that is depending on you. Like every time I feel like giving up, I'm like, hey, I have my mom back home, I have my sister back home that's looking up to me, I have my mom back home that when she call me and say that she wants something, I have to be able to can provide it for her. Not saying that every time she call me I can give it, but you know, I try my best. Just letting you guys know my struggling up in America, it wasn't easy. I'm still growing, I'm still learning. So just want to tell you guys, don't forget to like my video, comment on my video, turn your post notification on, that every time I drop a new video you guys are first to know it. And thank you guys so much again. Thank you so much again. I really do appreciate for everyone thus far that follow my channel, that subscribe my channel, and see you guys until I upload another video. Thank you guys so much for watching.